I want to say this though. Let's just, I keep doing this. I keep going to talk about the underlying energy, then something else hits me. Your reading is being bookended by two cards that talk about comfort zones, that talk about branching out, that talk about getting out there more. And so the Nine of Pentacles, it's that card of, it's independence, it's confidence. Why wouldn't you have independence and confidence when this card comes up? You've worked really hard, the card before the Nine of Pentacles is the Eight of Pentacles, obviously. And that's the, apprenticeship card. That person is trying to gain mastery in something, and you've gained that mastery. That's what the Nine of Pentacles shows. That's why there's always this bird of prey that shows mastery over something, some aspect of ourselves and our outer world, whatever. But this is about your safety, your security, your stability. You've created a sanctuary, a safe space. Usually there's a really beautiful, lush garden here that this person has created. However, as much as this card does say, be grateful for what you have, be grateful for the space that you've created, be grateful for everything that you've achieved so far, it's just one stop. It says there's a whole world out there to explore outside of this safe space. So this can be the gilded cage, but you know what? It's a pat on the back. Whichever way you look at the Nine of Pentacles, it's saying, hey, good job. You've done really well to get yourself to this kind of stable, safe, secure place. You've done it all yourself. Now it's time to take it further. Where are you going to take this? How are you going to expand on this? Because we haven't quite finished that cycle, have we? It's a 9. What's the outcome of all of this? The heart of your reading, we have the Sun. And as much as, it's coming up about comfort zones and things, you are looking to expand. You are looking to grow. And the Sun is about seeing everything clearly. And within seeing everything clearly, you see the potential for great happiness. You know how to grow this. I always say when the Sun shows up, you are the sun in the solar system of your life. It's your job to shine, and whatever you kind of cast your rays down on, that is what's going to grow. That's what's going to be nurtured. That's what's going to blossom into life. This is life-giving energy. So the Sun can be creative projects, beginnings, something that comes to life, it's blossoming, it's going to grow into something else. And you see great potential in this. Beautiful, beautiful energy, especially to have it at the heart of your reading. Everything revolves around this. Now, when people see the Sun, it's considered the best card in the deck. This is not about that everything just happens. The Sun reveals, we can see it. We see the path forward. We know where we're going. We know how to build on this. We know how to grow and to expand out of this. But I really feel like with this coming up as the underlying energy, there's a beautiful foundation here for you to expand on. You're probably in that, some of you are going to, and please comment and let me know if this is the case. You're in one of the most secure places that you've been in quite a while. And that's how you see the potential now. I can do anything is almost like the feeling here. I can do this. Now, it's frightening to do that. Especially when some of you have come out of this, Four of Swords. That's the past, last week, last month, last year, I would say it's the foundation. And the Four of Swords tells me that, you've taken a time out. This might have been time off work. This might have been a break from a relationship, just time to get your head together. The thing with the Four of Swords is, just like with the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins, we looked at the one card before it, which was the 8. The card before the Four of Swords is the Three of Swords. The 3 swords in the heart. The things that have hurt us, grief, loss, heartache, pain. And it's about dealing with that, dealing with those losses. And you've done that. The 3 swords are out now. This person has 1 sword left, Sword of Truth. No wonder he needs a nap, after all of that stuff that's gone on. So for you now, you've had this break. You've gotten this is where we allow fresh energy in. This might have been non-communication. You might have not communicated with someone or whatever, organization, a person, to kind of collect your head, to get your energies together. And you've done that. You've had that break. Whatever it was that you needed this for, you've done it. It's that taking a step back to reevaluate, to have a look at everything. Where does that lead? Well, it leads to the 10 of Cups. Now, we didn't get to the 10 of Coins, the 10 of Pentacles, but we did get to the 10 of Cups. So there is progression here that comes in. This is the happily ever after. And it's kind of that sense of, and I always say this, when people try to manifest something or they reach their happily ever after, I say, look, we're human beings. And I've done it a few times. When you've ticked everything off your manifestation list, That's, for me personally, been the most difficult time. First, you're happy for about a week, a month if you're lucky. And then it's like, okay, well, what am I working towards now? Because we're so used to that, having goals, having mountains to climb, growing, progressing. And so the Ten of Cups here, so some of you are going to enjoy this. You're going to enjoy it's that happy, what you worked for. This can be marriage. This can be family reunions, groups of people together. Think about it. And I keep doing that for all your cards, but that's how it's coming through. The Nine of Cups is the wish card before this. That's the heart's desire. But that's what you want. This is what you need. And in the Ten of Cups, we're sharing that. We're sharing that with other people. We're sharing our blessings, and there are blessings here to be shared. Whether that's you have an extra loaf of bread to share, or whether that's a great abundance, to celebrate that. But it is about celebrating whatever you've achieved with other people. For others of you, with the sun coming up here in the Ten of Cups, this is about you see very clearly where you're headed, what your happily ever after looks like, what the end game is. You know what you're going to do here. Where am I headed? How do I expand on this? Yes, this is practical security, stability, but this is full emotional fulfillment, and I know what it looks like, and I know how to get there. Now, if you don't know, if you don't have any idea of, I kind of know where I am, but I don't really know where to take it, or the job I want, the relationship I want, or whatever people see as their Ten of Cups. So here we see a tableau of, they're like Netflix and chilling right in front of the fireplace. The cats even sprawled out. They're all chilled out and relaxed. Everyone looks really happy and relaxed, right? But you're going to have your own image of what that looks like, especially with the sun here. And I swear to you, it's never going to have felt closer. Now, for those of you, like I'm saying, that don't have that yet, this is the week where that becomes much clearer. Much clearer. One of the obstacles to achieving this, or the reason that you might not even be dreaming about it, is because you know in yourself it's going to involve leaving something behind. For some of you, it's an old dream. For some of you, it's a situation. It doesn't mean that you physically get up and go. It doesn't have to mean that. But it does mean at an emotional level, you're kind of done with a dream, an old situation. I'm saying that because we have the Eight of Cups coming up in the future. And the future is always a projection from where we are right now. So I want to say this to you. Don't turn don't restrict your dream. Dream as big as you want, especially with that Ten of Cups there. Make it as big as you want. This is amazing energy to have. You can do this with this kind of energy. Just these 3 cards alone, you can do it. You can go for this. But when we have this thing of, well, if I do this, then I'm going to have to leave this behind, then we start almost editing and changing our dream, because I don't want to go that big, because I don't have to leave this behind. Of course, it's your own choice. It's free will, right? But with the Eight of Cups coming up here, this is where we're emotionally done. Look at this person. They've just left everything, opened the doors. I'm gone. I'm out. But if we've got the sun above it and we've got the Ten of Cups here on this side, it's not painful. It's not painful. It just requires courage. It just requires courage. This is almost... I was having these, I think it was earlier this year, and it was very difficult. When you start having like, downloads coming in, and you've got kind of awakening stuff happening, and you get a realization. And what I started to notice was I'd be going through a difficult emotional time, and then I'd have a couple of days where I was good, and another one would hit. And I'd think, hang on a second, that's all I get. It's 2 days of peace. Some of you, I kind of get the sense, are going through that you're getting this kind of sense of, oh, I feel in a good place. Oh, okay, I have to leave this behind now. But it's all part of this, what you're trying to achieve, something bigger. And this does not hurt. People see the Eight of Cups as painful, but it isn't. If you're emotionally done, you're indifferent. He doesn't even look back at what he's leaving behind. Could be something that you spent a lot of time building. Could be leaving this gilded cage, whatever this was. But you have a new dream. And it involves leaving behind something that does not serve you. This is only about what emotionally serves you and fulfills you. What's your advice? Your advice is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is the miser card. It's what we hold on to. Now, in this case, it's a little bit different. Like, you can imagine that he looks like a merchant, and there's a ship behind him. Did he make money from what did he sell the ship, or what did he do with the cargo? So he looks like he's made some money from it, but he's holding one of the pentacles close to his chest, like he's not going to let go of that. And the others he's got in his little wooden box there. So the thing with the Four of Pentacles is it says, you know what's of value to you. I bet you know what's of value to you. We have this 4 and 4 here. Your peace of mind, whatever ideas you've had, whatever you want to grow, whatever, that's of value to you. But the pentacles or the coins, they talk about, like I said, safety, stability, security. This is someone who doesn't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to let go of something. They don't want to risk it. However, he will never have more than he has now. If he just stands there holding that pentacle with the rest locked in the box, he's not going to get more than that. He has to go spend it. He has to go and invest it. He has to go do something with it. Risk his security and stability. And like I said, it's bookending. Both of these, when I see the 9 and the 4 Pentacles coins in a reading, they both talk about a safe space. You've created the safe space, no matter what it looks like. Studio, flat, mansion, whatever. Small job, making enough money, business, empire, whatever. But you've gotten to a place where it's stable, it's secure, you've got some stability. But you're going to go bigger? The Sun would say yes. I think you see how to grow this. You have a new dream coming in. You've completed some emotional cycle. You know what doesn't serve you. But it feels risky. And that's what this card says. It says it's time to come out of your comfort zone. It's time to come out of your comfort zone. I say this and it's kind of coming through here because this can be a retreat as well. It's very easy. You see in the spiritual community, people going, and there's nothing wrong with them, like yoga retreats, meditational retreats, or, like where you kind of do like a monvad where you don't speak. You go on this meditation retreat and you don't speak. And it's very easy. I'm sorry, I'm wheezing. Excuse me. It's very easy to be at peace, to feel safe, to feel secure when you're in that kind of environment. The trick is, can you bring that into your everyday life as you grow? And we all know that growth involves pain, or it doesn't have to be painful, but we perceive it as that because it takes us out of our comfort zone. It challenges us. That's how we grow. And the challenge for you guys is this: what emotionally doesn't serve you. And it will get frustrating. A dream can turn into a nightmare very quickly when we don't pursue it. Because then we start getting feelings of frustration, that why can't I have this? Why? Because you're not going for it, because it involves coming out of this comfort zone that you have. Beautiful energy there. Don't get put off by that. I mean, that's tiny. And remember, I'm taking a magnifying glass for the energies for this week. What comes in this week, that dream that you have, focus on that. Focus on the Sun. Focus on the 10 of Cups. What is the dream? What is the path to the dream? It can change all the time, right? And that might be what this is, that you take a detour, you go somewhere else to get it. But nothing gets achieved with this energy. We're just staying stuck. And you've had some time. You needed this. You had some time to heal. Take it from someone who actually did a lot of physical healing, right? That when I came out of that was actually the hardest time for me. Because when you're in that kind of place of healing and working through things and all the rest of it, you just do it day by day. You're just in survival mode. But when you've survived it, that's when you deal with everything and you think, oh my God, I don't want to get ill again, or I don't want to get back in that place. So you become extra cautious, but you don't need to be, not with the 10 of Cups, not with the Sun here. It doesn't have the power to hurt you anymore. I feel like some of you need to hear that.